Hi, I'm Jay Whaley here at Whaley Studios in San Diego to introduce a new tool to you. This tool is called the Whaley Hand Vise, and very simply it's a 3-jawed Jacobson chuck mounted to a wooden handle which has a hole that goes all the way through the handle. So that enables you to take a long piece of wire like this. This would be something we would use for making sprues on something that we want to mold. So in this case, I want to take this and I can put this right through the hand vise, all the way through, and I can fasten this in, tighten it up, and then I'm able to work on this much easier. I can hold this down on my bench pin, I can use my saw to cut it off, I can use my hand file to shape it, and I can also use pliers while I'm holding on to gently curve this if I need to. But it gives me a nice way to hold on to pieces of wire that might be a little longer than we're used to. So this might be used for making a sprue on something that we want to make a mold of. So we would be soldering this on the item that we want to replicate. So that's one use of this tool. Now another use of this tool is with small wire like this. And because this closes so tightly, we can actually mount a very thin piece of wire into these jaws and it will clamp it very tightly. So in this case, I have a piece of annealed copper wire and I need to straighten this out. So I'm going to walk over to my vise over here. And because this holds this wire so tightly, I can mount this piece of wire in my vise and I can give this a nice little pull, and that tightens that wire wonderfully. And once I undo this, I might want to make a decorative trim with this wire. It could be silver wire or gold wire. We're using copper wire at the moment. I'm going to take this wire, I'm going to fold this in half right here, and I'm going to put the two ends back in the vise. Then I'm going to insert this folded end here into the 3 jaws of the chuck here, of the hand vise. I'm going to put that right inside there. I'm going to tighten this up again. It holds it very, very nicely. And I'm going to pull on this wire while I twist. And that is going to make a nice little decorative trim on something. And I just keep that twisting until I get a nice pattern on that. That's enough right there. I can undo my vise. I've got a nice piece of twisted wire. And this is annealed evenly, it'll twist evenly. One more thing we're going to do. So I'm going to take this hand vise. I've got a piece of 4mm wide round brazing rod. Now this has been annealed, but if we were going to make a ring out of something material like this heavy, we would want to wrap this first and then cut it afterwards. But it's a hard piece to hold on to. It's very rigid and it's hard on the fingers. So what these little vices do, these hand vices, it provides a handle. So we can take this and put one handle on the end of this wire here, this heavy wire that we have. And I'm going to put another handle on the other end here. And now this makes this much, much easier to hold on to. And now with this, I can take my ring mandrel and I can actually run this around the ring mandrel like this. And this makes a nice ring that I can slide down the mandrel, make any size I want. And then when I'm ready, I'll take this ring and I'll put it on my bench pin and I'll saw right through this these two edges right there, and I'll have a perfectly shaped ring. So those are just a few of the uses of this new Whaley hand vise.